been a rather stressful time.
Do you want me to get Bill? Or... Bill! Hello.
Hello?
Pleasure to meet you, Bill.
So what do you do, Bill?
It's okay, honey.
I sell Bibles.
I'm a salesperson too. I was actually sent there by people who know you and they feel you need some help.
What are you talking about?
Bill hasn't told you? You haven't told her, Bill?
What about what?
Oh. I guess not. See?
Okay.
Well, I'll just do this. He's being investigated for embezzlement. Yes, as of currently, they haven't found anything that will stick, but they will.
Alright, listen.
And it won't be long before they find something to convict him for. You won't have a Chinaman's chance of escaping a conviction.
What is she talking about? He hasn't even been arrested.
It'll happen. The arrest, the arraignment, the indictment, the conviction, and the sentencing, and of course the unwanted affection.
That's not funny.
No, rape isn't funny, and that's why I'm here actually.
I don't want to squeal like a pig. What are you selling?
What I'm selling is a service. A special service. It's a boutique industry service. It's made for people like you, helping it out of situations like this. The service I'm offering is, well, simple. Sometimes people get stuck between a rock and a hard place. Sometimes they feel they need to commit suicide. That's where my corporation comes in handy. We feel like, why do that? Well, we could just convince the authorities that the deed's already been done.
Do I?
What kind of racket is that?
It's not a racket. It's a boutique industry. Saves a lot of time, energy, and the taxpayers don't get stuck paying for all those expensive court fees and dockets and all that.
You can do all that?
That's right. However,
I'm not completely convinced here, but do go on.
but there is more to it. You know, I do actually have to ask you a few questions. First, before we can see if this will work, do you have a drug, alcohol, or gambling problem?
No.
And why is that important?
See, it's more believable when you have like psychosocial issues, bad coping mechanisms. Let's see here. Any history of suicide or any mental illness or bipolar depression, anything of that nature?
No. Is that bad?
Well, nothing a bang-up suicide letter couldn't fix. Anyway, so I'm actually quite curious. You don't gamble, you're not an alcoholic, you're not buying drugs. Why are you stealing this money? Are you being blackmailed?
I'm just really bad with money.
Is that true?
He really is.
Oh. Well, okay. If you'll divert your attention to this little visual aid here,
Yeah.
you find the red mark is in the river.
Mm-hmm.
See that? Okay. So every place has a sort of suicidal hotspot. In San Francisco, it's the Golden Gate Bridge. In New York, it's the Staten Island Ferry that people jump off of. In Sarajevo, it's Sarajevo. What's a deal about this particular place that I've marked here is that the bodies get pulled out into the ocean from the river. Eventually you become fish food and they never find any evidence. Easy as that.
So, no forensic specialist combing the scene, looking for pocket lint or semen?
That is if they even have a crime lab in these parts. I mean, obviously the FBI would investigate only so many cases, and more often than not, you'd likely it'll be Barney Fife.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, well, but I mean, what's the catch? There's always a catch.
Well, there are some hidden costs. I mean, obviously the grief and the horror of this event being conveyed to those nearest and dearest to you.
Okay, but what else?
Well, there's a big one right there.
Oh, well, I mean, what do you do?
Well, I mean, The exciting part is, once you decide to say yes to this new life, all you have to do is take this pill.
What is it?
Well, that's Special K, as the kids call it, or also known as cat tranquilizer. Once you're fully sedated, I have a special crew who will transport you to a motel by the airport.
What about me?
Well, you know, we had a good run.
Oh, she's coming with you.
Oh, hey! Great!
As long as you're willing to fake your death as well.
Wouldn't it seem a little suspicious? I mean, the two of us?
Well, of course you'll have to write out your own notes.
I can't believe it.
Well, I can.
What is it, honey?
Well, there's something I've been dancing around this whole time. I mean, how much is this gonna cost?
To answer that, I have good news and great news. We are offering a 2 for special suicide pact. Husband goes and brings the missus with no extra costs incurred. But to bring things down a notch, there is a slight price tag, as there is for all things. It's $100,000.
That's a lot.
Wow.
And
Oh my god. I could rob a bank.
That sounds dangerous.
But I mean, come on, we're already faking our own deaths here. I mean, I've always wanted to rob a bank. I need to go get ready. Oh,
You are ready. Just get some shoes on.
okay, well, hey there, Dillinger. Everything you need is in here.
Go fuck some shit up.
hell yeah!
Go! And do not shoot anyone.
Fine. I'll be back.
More coffee?
What do you do?
I'm a writer. Actually, I'm working on this comic book right now. It's this transgenerational epic about the great-great-great-granddaughter of one of Jack the Ripper's prostitute victims, and how she finds the great-great-great descendant of Jack the Ripper, and she kills him violently.
Oh, that sounds like a bang-up little comic.
What do you do, Jenny?
Oh, you mean when I'm not killing people? I'm a nurse. I only became a nurse because it was really part of a family thing, you know. My mother, her mother, mother's mother. Yeah.
What's an enchanting fragrance?
Oh, lavender.
Did you know that prostitutes used to use lavender? They'd wear it on their lapel as sort of a calling card.
Don't you think that's a little personal?
No. And did you know that that nursing, the profession, actually grew out of prostitution? Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, woo! Just so great. That was so awesome. All right, let's do this.
Ready?
Once it starts to kick in, am I gonna be able to walk or anything, or?
Actually, after a minute, you'll be inert. Yeah. You may even have less time than that. Oh, that cyanide works miracles. So, if I was Bill, I never would have guessed that you were quite the mean little snake.
No. 100,000 is a lot for a fake suicide. Okay, I'll tell you what. I could really use this money. It's like starting over money. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take it. And what I'll do for you is I won't implicate you in Bill's debt because you have a lot to lose. So we'll call it a learning experience for you. And now you leave.
Oh, it sounds like you got it all figured out.
Yeah.
Excelsior.